Women that want to embrace their femininity in a relationship, but they can't because they have to use these quote-unquote masculine qualities that toxic men chastise women for having to be able to go to a job to get half the money to pay the mortgage. There's women that want to be soft, but how can she be soft with you when all you're offering her is a hard life? You're offering her a life of labor, a headache, unsafety. She don't know if she can trust you, and you want her to be soft and feminine when there's not a spot that's soft enough for her to land in that direction. If you need a woman to be quote-unquote masculine enough to go get that money, bring it back so y'all can pay y'all rent, then you cannot chastise her for being a leader because she wants to make decisions. You cannot chastise her because she wants a heavy voice inside the household. But y'all do that. You chastise her for being hard, but all you offer is a hard life. Because she can't even trust your direction when it comes to keeping your own inside your pants. But yet you want this feminine version of a woman. You're not providing a safe space for her to be that.
My last video, I shared how to use your feminine energy to get what you want in life. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to use your masculine energy as a woman to create the life that you want, because you need a good balance of both. If you haven't checked out that video, I'm going to link it at the top of the comments for you to watch and in the description for you. And if you're new to this YouTube channel, my name is Malaysia, and this YouTube channel is to help women to create their best life and to become their best self. So if you're on a journey of creating your best life or becoming your best self, or you want to start that journey, then subscribe to my magical side of YouTube and let's just get into the magic. I've been seeing a lot of discussions in the manosphere about masculine women and how masculine women should lower their standards and how no man wants a masculine woman. A man wants a woman who's feminine. I've even seen some videos of men telling other men that women who are ambitious, women who are successful, disqualifies them from being feminine. And they're harming the world because we're teaching women how to be more masculine by teaching women how to be self-sufficient and how to be successful without a man. So I could see where that perspective is coming from, but BFFR, be for real. Women who are hardworking, women who have passions, women who are ambitious, women who are leaders does not disqualify them from being feminine. Every person in this world needs a good balance of both feminine and masculine energy to live their best life. Men who are performatively too masculine and they're scared of being vulnerable and showing emotions and they're too closed off, that's a turn off. Being a leader myself, I have a lot of friends who are also leaders, and the problem isn't that we won't let men lead. The problem is that a lot of men are leading women to nowhere. A lot of men are leading women to hell. So this video is for the ladies that want to be successful, that don't want to just rely on a man to be successful and self-sufficient. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Like, do your thing, girl. If you want to do that, you can do that, but you can do both. You can be a stay-at-home girlfriend, stay-at-home wife, and be a boss babe. My thing is, just because we like to work doesn't mean we should be working all the time. Like, if you've got a grown man beside you, you can't breathe, you can't take a break, is it because you're too masculine, or is it because the man... One way you can use your masculine energy to create the life that you want is checking in on your goals and progress. Checking in quarterly, checking in monthly, checking in weekly, even daily on what needs to be done. Checking in on the progress of what you're working towards. Really getting down to the nitty-gritty of what exactly are you working towards? How many things do you have on your plate? Are you carrying too much on your plate? Maybe it's time to put some things down so you can carry what needs to be carried right now to get to at least point B before we get all the way to point Z. If you have a huge goal, let's say you want to lose 50 pounds, it's time to break that goal down. You're not going to lose 50 pounds in 1 month. So let's just throw it out the door and let's focus on the first 5 pounds and give yourself grace with releasing that 5 pounds, and really look into the sustainability on the way that you want to release that weight. Because if you're breaking down your goal and the way that you're getting to that small goal leading to that bigger goal is overwhelming, leaves you exhausted at the end of a week, leaves you wanting to quit at the end of a month, it's not sustainable, it's not going to have longevity, and you may see a quick win or two, but is that all you want? My favorite way to go about things is a law of least resistance. Doing things that doesn't take too much of my energy to get to my desired goal. And throughout the year that may change. Like last year I was going to a gym, but then I started working morning shifts, so it was really difficult to go to the gym when I couldn't go in the morning as I was used to. So because it became super difficult to the point where I started skipping my gym classes and I started not going to the gym, I just changed gyms. I paid an extra $50 and started taking Pilates classes because that class was right down the street from where I was working. Sometimes it's gonna cost a little extra to have more energy, to have longevity and seeing that goal and keeping that goal. Seeing progression instead of running up the stairs and now you're out of breath and you're falling down the stairs because you can't see because you're so dizzy. And now you're at the bottom of the steps again. And you're throwing up and your makeup is sweating off. You look like a raccoon. Another way that you can hone in on your masculine energy as a woman to create the life that you want is to create structures and systems that make your life easier. This is especially for my business owners, my entrepreneurs, my CEOs. What things can you set up to make your life easier as a business owner? This could be outsourcing a team, a video editor, and an email marketer. Or this could simply be investing in an AI software to just do some of the things for you that takes you a lot of time to do. Something I did when I first started this specific YouTube channel is I outsourced my stock footage videos because I found that it took me forever to compile footage every 3 to 10 seconds of a 15-minute video that went with what I was talking about. So I would just record the audio and send it over to someone on Fiverr, and that literally costed me less than $10 per job. This could simply be pre-scheduling your post on Instagram and whatever social media platforms you're on. You can pre-schedule things on YouTube, even on a community feed. Sometimes I pre-schedule stuff because I really am not on my phone every day to be posting every day. If you're trying to be an influencer on TikTok, pre-make some TikToks. Sit down and content batch so you have multiple pieces of content for the week and you only have to sit down and film once a week. And if you're really good, once a month. Overall, what can you do to make your life easier? What can you do to make the process of what needs to be done easier for you? Do you need a desk? Do you need a planner so you can start writing down a to-do list every day so you can start executing things and not procrastinating? Do you need an alarm clock because your phone always dies when you go to sleep? Do you need to rearrange your schedule so you can start making some time towards reaching the goals that you want to reach? I challenge you, yes, you watching this video, personally talking to you. Yes, you. I want you to take a pen and paper and write down one thing that you want to make easier for you. One thing that's like super hard for absolutely no reason. You just keep forgetting to do it. It's just a difficulty. You're just there's a huge ball, there's a huge vortex of resistance around you doing this thing. I want you to write down the problem, and I want you next to it to write down a list of solutions, a list of things that could possibly make that process easier for you. Because honestly, we can make things so much difficult than it needs to be just by not having a good system and structure to your day-to-day. Something I'm working on right now, and I'm kind of late to the party, is creating a set nighttime routine. My work schedule as a part-time receptionist is sporadic. And sometimes I'll forget what day it is. I will. So I'm going to get myself a new agenda because I left my old one that's brand new in Connecticut. That's okay. You know, I've been using sticky notes and random pages in my notebook to write my to-do list. It's not cutting it. I need to know what day it is. I need to know what day it is. I need to stop. Another way that you can hone in on your masculine energy to create the life that you want is grit and persistence. Having persistence with the thing that you want to do with your life. Being persistent and embodying the woman that you are or want to be. Not giving up despite the obstacles. Being persistent with your goals. No matter what obstacles, blockages, chaoses, tower moments that there is, you don't let that stop you. You keep going. Unless you feel redirected to something better or something more aligned with you at the moment. Because sometimes we have goals that are meant to pour into later on in life because we have other priorities. Like life happens and everything, but what you want out of life, I need you to be persistent with it if you actually want it. You really need to stop giving an F about what everyone else thinks. I don't care how close you are to this person that thinks that it's a waste of time. I don't care if your parents think that you're crazy. I don't care if everyone thinks you're loco. I don't care if random people think you're delulu. Everything's delulu until it comes true. Can we just take a moment and think about how true that is for a second? What you want for yourself, sometimes because other people cannot fathom themselves having that thing, and because you guys are both in the same place or are from the same place, or because they can't simply fathom you having that, they will try to make you believe that it's unfathomable. Let them stay over there, okay? Because this isn't their mission. This isn't their problem. This isn't none of their business. I actually had a friend whose parents talked about me to her and tried to get her to talk to me about how my YouTube channel and my coaching was a waste of time and how sad it is and how she needs to help me to wake up and stop being in la la land. If someone else feels like what you want for yourself is La La Land, that speaks volumes to how much they disbelieve that it's possible for themselves. What you feel like you're capable of has nothing to do with me. And you can keep that over there where it belongs to you, not me. I know what belongs to me. I'm gonna get every single last one of those things. You cannot let other people's limiting beliefs limit you, because we already have our own that we have to work through. I'm not about to work through yours, your mother's, your uncle, what your friend thinks, what that person thinks. I don't give a, y'all ain't got nothing to do with this. I look at people that go out of their way to comment on how you're going after something that you feel called to do as the same way I look at commenters that comment, you know, how you should be living your life. Irrelevant, unproductive, slow, unhappy, sometimes even envious. Because people who are happy aren't going to sit here and try to bring someone down from leveling up. It doesn't make any sense. So you stay up and you keep on rising. As corny as that sounds, keep on rising, queen. But no, seriously, don't listen. Another way to hone in your masculine energy as a woman is to look at the data and the analytics. Yeah. I want you to look for the facts. Feelings are definitely important. We definitely want to hone in on our feelings. We want to hone in on our intuition. We want to really hone in on our feminine side. We don't want to let that part go, but do not neglect the data. Do not neglect knowledge. Do not dismiss facts based on how you feel. I've been watching a lot of discussions, a lot of female empowerment videos and hearing about the manosphere and everything. And, you know, if you just look at the facts, it's really hard to fall for these games. If you really look into the male brain, how men think, how men love, dating is extremely easy and beneficial as a woman. But if you're too busy focused on how you feel and the way he makes you get the fuzzies, you could end up in the dumbest situation because you're not looking at the facts. Like, there's a lot of things that we do as women that turn men off, that make men disrespect us more. And I'm not saying it's our fault, but we need to take responsibility into what we're allowing, because it only continues unless you put your foot down. There would not be any mediocrity if we as women all stopped accepting it. A lot of the things that men say that they dislike, that men say aren't important, are completely opposite of what they gravitate to and what they prioritize. Like, they'll say, oh, I don't like a woman that wears makeup. I like my woman natural. You know, I like a woman that doesn't show any skin. But come to find out, he's flirting with and giving money to and prioritizing and spoiling a woman that shows a little bit of skin, a woman who puts on makeup and is in her feminine energy. The woman who has her hands out and isn't afraid to receive and has standards and has requirements, those are the women that are taken seriously, because the ones who aren't taking women seriously don't make the cut. They don't get the number. They don't even get a smile. Okay, that may be too much. I smile at everybody, unfortunately. There's a lot of things that we do that we're doing because it's cultural, it's what we're used to, it's what makes sense because it's all that we're shown. But really look at the ways that you're going about life and think about all of the consequences and retributions to those things long term, if you can, before even getting into it. Because it's when you don't look at the facts, it's when you don't look at the long term consequences of certain things, that you screw yourself over and you end up in a situation you can't get out of. Not my subscribers. And if you're already in a situation that you can't get out of, I truly believe that there's always a way to alchemize a situation and make it work in your favor if you really think about it. If you really put your thinking juice behind it, you can turn that bad into good. But not if you don't believe you can. Get out of that mindset of it's too late, I'm too old, blah, 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 blah. I've seen the hottest people in their 40s and 50s. I'm sorry, but let's be real. Let's be real. I'm excited to be 30. I keep seeing these posts about, oh, does it hurt to become 25? There's some people that actually look hotter when they age. I'm watching The Real Housewives with my sister. We love that show so much, and every one of them are hot. Like, I feel like all of them, they're all hot. And Susan, she looks the oldest and she's like the hottest to me. She's gorgeous. I'm not looking at her like, oh, that old hag. Like, no, she's gorgeous and she's in her 40s. Like, I'm tired of the stigma of like being scared to age. Like, we're all hot. The reason why so many men are good at running games on us is because they look at the data and the analytics. They're learning techniques. Some are even investing in courses on how to make women addicted to them. They're looking at the data of how women operate. woman behavior, how we love, and they're manipulating us to get inside the heaven in between our legs. Another way to hone in on your masculine energy to create the life that you want is to always look for ways to improve yourself and to improve your craft. There's always something to learn. There's always something to improve. Even a master, all great masters know that they never stop being the student. It's a lifelong journey. We all have work that needs to be done. We all don't know everything. We all have moments where we're wrong, where we're the bad guy. And it's important to reflect and really look at what you can do to yourself to make sure you're not in certain predicaments again. To be in a better place than you were last year. And sometimes it's the littlest things that make the biggest difference. Just simply changing one thing can make a huge impact in your life. It doesn't have to be something huge and monumental. Just simply challenging yourself to do an extra 5 minutes on a Stairmaster, doing some natural teeth whitening, or getting some lash serum to make your lashes longer so you don't have to wear fake lashes anymore, learning a new language, saving up for a vacation, saving up to go to a concert, trying out a new healthy recipe, challenging yourself to not drink as much, challenging yourself to not smoke as much, challenging yourself to quit drinking or to quit smoking. Maybe replacing it with something just as fun, but with less of the consequences that come with drugs and alcohol when it's a daily thing. Exploring that passion that you had as a kid that you've always wanted to do. Getting a pet, changing your delivery style of content, that one has definitely done a thing for me last year. That's really one of the things that made me go viral, was just changing my delivery style, switching it up. Collaborating with other creators. If you're a creator, if you're an entrepreneur, collaborate. That will grow your brand even faster than trying to do it all on your own. Invest in some help so you can expedite the process of leveling up. Link to my services is always in the description below. Shameless plug. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel and push it out to other people who need this information. And I will see you in the next one.